I honestly don't know what to think about the pilot for American Dad. This is, of course, the first episode of the first season, and for the first 5 minutes, I was hating it. I thought it was the worst thing ever. It was not a strong start. By the end of the first episode, it was tolerable. And I think I will watch the next episode because obviously, based on the pilot, based on the first episode, that's not enough to judge a show. But my initial reaction is not very positive. So there will be some spoilers in this discussion. I'm not going to go into a tremendous amount of detail, mostly because I don't really have that much to say because I didn't really care for it. But I will mention a couple of things that may be spoilers if you haven't seen the show. And I had never seen this. It had been on my list for so many years. And I'm so sure a couple of months ago I went to look on Disney Plus and it had been removed. And then last week it was back again. I'd love for somebody to confirm that it had been taken down from Disney Plus and that it has just come back. I'm pretty sure that's the case, otherwise I might be losing it a little bit. But either way, finally it was there, I think, and I decided to watch it, and I went in with actually no knowledge really about what this was about, and honestly it's a little bit ridiculous. There are several characters who feel really gimmicky, but one of whom I actually really ended up liking by the end of the first episode, so I'm contradicting myself by saying I don't like the fact the character is in this, but also that's probably my favourite character, based purely on this first episode. And I will mention the character in a moment. And if you are unaware of what it's about, as I was, it's about the Smith family. Their father works for the CIA, we have the mother, we have 2 children, older children, they're not young kids. And then we have, and honestly, I haven't changed my opinion on this yet. Within the first couple of minutes, we get a talking goldfish. Absolutely ridiculous. And that opinion stayed the same throughout the episode. Maybe that will change in time, if I even stick with it, I don't know. And pretty soon after the talking goldfish was revealed, we have an alien. Absolutely ludicrous. Not at all what I was expecting. And this alien character, I did initially go, what on earth are you doing? What is this supposed to be? But by the end of the episode, the alien was my favourite character. And I actually genuinely found him amusing. And I wouldn't say I loved the character, but for me, that was the personal highlight. That was the best thing about this episode, and that's absolutely not what I was thinking when the character was first introduced. So that ended up working well. The main narrative is, okay, the son wants to ask out the cheerleader at school, and Steve, the son, has an idea to try and make this happen. I won't give away what happens, I won't go into any real spoiler details, but it's not a bad introductory narrative. It works well enough. I think we had a decent enough introduction to most of the characters. The mother, though, Francine, is so wooden. She is so boring. She is so dull, she's irritating. I absolutely hated her. And it's maybe weird to say I hate a character who has no personality, but she just irritated me so much. And again, this is purely based on this first episode. Maybe over time the character becomes better written, but at the moment she has nothing to offer at all. But maybe that will change. The animation style is okay. It's absolutely fine. It's not my favourite. It's not perfect, but I can watch it. It doesn't bother me too much. Within the first kind of 5 minutes, I had figured I probably will never love this show. And then towards the end, I'd say within the last kind of 5 minutes or so, I realised that actually the alien is a pretty great character and I'd like to see more of that character. I still don't think it's what I want from this show or what I expected, I guess, going into it. But I will watch the second episode. I'm not excited about it. I'm not enthusiastic about it. But I will go in with an open mind. I don't think this is my kind of comedy. I didn't find any of this funny. No, that's not true. Well, the alien I did find funny. I just thought he was brilliant. The only other bit that I genuinely found funny because of just how unexpected it was and this is a spoiler for something that happens. This is the last thing that I have to say. The one bit that I genuinely laughed at because of how it was animated is towards the end, I think. And it's the part where Stan, the father, had been helping Steve attract the girl he was interested in by faking criminal activity, and Steve was supposed to chase after him, and then it just immediately cuts to Stan driving the car on the way home with Steve in the passenger side, and Stan is just covered in bits of broken glass. And the animation for that was just very, very funny. No, that's one too many veries. In fact, two too many veries. It was moderately amusing. That and the alien, they're the only two bits that I found moderately entertaining. The narrative itself works well enough, no real issues there. The animation style is okay. The mother is honestly one of the most boring characters ever. But again, it's early days. Maybe that will change. I will watch the second episode. But whether or not I like it, time will tell. I should also point out we have a brilliant voice cast. The main voice cast includes Seth MacFarlane, Wendy Schaal, Scott Grimes, Rachael McFarlane, Dee Bradley Baker, Curtis Armstrong. We also have Carmen Electra, Kevin Michael Richardson. No issues with the voice cast, of course. So I didn't enjoy this. But as it went on, it got a little bit better. I don't know if I'll get past the second episode. If I don't enjoy the next episode, I won't be going any further. Unless somebody really wants to convince me that it significantly improves after that. I watched this mostly to settle my curiosity. I don't think it's going to be my style of humour for the most part, but we'll see how the second episode goes. But for now, all I can say is the pilot of American Dad was not very good.